Hey there guys, Sherman here. Quick little video, nothing really big. I just wanted to announce that the producers or the community manager for Assault Squad 2 posted a new update on Steam a couple days ago, actually, about a week ago. Sorry, I shouldn't sing that song. Update, they updated the news page basically. And there's now a developers update you can download. I'll tell you right now, you have to go to your, Assault Squad 2, right click it, properties, betas, just select this, and you will already be in the beta. You'll just have to download like a 2 gig patch, or something similar. Can't remember how big it was, but anyway. Let me go back, because this is the beta patch, but this means that you can test it basically. But the new patch will actually have a lot of cool new stuff. We're not talking like units or whatever. We're talking like actual cool, useful stuff. I'll just read it for you, and then you can kind of do whatever you want. So basically, here we have veterancy. Each individual soldier collects experience or XP and levels up during combat. Vehicles do not gain XP themselves, but the crew inside does. The more advanced your soldiers are, the better they get at handling weapons and vehicles. They will also get stronger and more resilient to enemy fire. Taking care of your soldiers and saving your tank crew is more important than ever before. Basically, I already played this a little bit yesterday and the day before, in a friendly like 1v1, just trying to find out, what was going on and stuff. Basically, this means that, for example, your Tiger has 5 tank crew, and 5 tank crew makes your tank run at 100% efficiency. If you lose a tank crew, for example, a Sherman suits your Tiger, kills one of the tank crew, and you decide not to buy tank crew but a rifleman, the rifleman will not top up the tank crew to 100%, but let's say to 95%, which will decrease your reload time, your aiming, and your reload by 5% to 95% of the original number. This also means that, for example, if you have, at least this is what I tried. For example, let's say your tank crew is level 3 veterancy. The tank, if the entire crew is level 3, you only have 5 of them, you will gain 115% on that, so your crew will handle 15% better. So 15% better reload, speed of the tank, etc., etc. What this means for infantry themselves, we also tested out yesterday. Whereas a Waffen-SS, a Panzer Grenadier, a Panzer Grenadier has, for example, 350 health points. When he is level 5, which is I think the highest level of veterancy, he actually had 472. Also, something that I noticed was that units now also heal over time very slowly. His healing was increased by 30%. Maybe I click on the picture. I think you click on the picture. Basically, it means like he'll be better at aiming. He will have more health. He'll have more health generation. He will have more stamina. The stamina will regenerate faster. I even noticed that even though Panzergren has 4 stars, which was the highest, weapon rating, he actually got to level 5, which is now the highest weapon rating. So level 5 weapon rating. Imagine a elite soldier at weapon 5 weapon rating. So the accuracy, 5 stars or 5, whatever you want to call them. Like you can see them right here. But imagine 5 of those instead of 4, and then having a 50 cal on MG42. That actually does a lot of damage. I tested it yesterday. It's amazing. Furthermore, you have soldier skills. This is basically what I just said about, tanks and infantry and putting them in tanks. Stamina has been reworked too, and I can actually tell you already. If you're playing multiplayer, the cheapest infantry, which is militia, Volkssturm, partisans, recruits, conscripts, those units, have 75 stamina. Normal units, assault and rifle squads have 100. Paratroopers, Marines, they have 150. And Panzer Grenadiers, Red Guards, Rangers, SNLF, and SAS have 200. I upgraded my guy to level 5, and he actually had 250 stamina, which is, again, a pretty good, decent bonus. But now you actually see the difference between elite infantry and cheap, filling gap-up infantry, etc., etc. And it is really cool to actually see that now elite infantry has better training, because they can sprint for longer, they get their sprint back faster, etc., etc. So now keeping, your elite units alive is not only a point of, because they cost more, because they're also just actually way better, not just in shooting, but also in running, and also when you rack them up, they'll be way better than normal units. Another thing I've noticed is you can now select basically your custom units. Let's for example, you're hosting a tournament or a little friendly like 2v2, and you really hate rocket artillery. I'm not sure if you can see the screen, but you can now say, look, I want to disable, for example, rocket artillery or heavy emplacements like heavy AT guns or light tanks. So pretty much you can now, decide for yourself if you want, this units or that units in a multiplayer game that's not ranked. I'm pretty sure in ranked games you can still not really change. You can even change the charge timers for some units, which basically means that if you like for example, the Hago tanks for Japan, you can now decide that you don't have to wait for 2 minutes to get them in the game, like a minute, for example. Stuff like that. You can basically make your own game when to play with your friends. Replays is pretty interesting. That's coming in their next DLC, as it says right here. Although there is already a spectator mode, which was quite cool. It's also in this beta patch, but in the next update, you will be able to spectate people, and also in the beta test, you'll be able to spectate games. They're just going to be an extra person, but they won't actually, as you can see, influence resource distribution or other balance mechanics. A new event log. I've noticed that as well. After the game, you can, see what pretty much happened. And what really cool is actually right now, yesterday, in the middle of your screen, it now says whether your team is in the lead or whether your team just lost the lead. It also says that a tank is fully repaired. And in the top left screen, it's a little bit easier to now see who killed what. Like, for example, it said Shermanator, MG42, Rifleman, pranking tank. For example, that was the person I was playing with. And just so you could see, Shermanator, that's me, killed with a Rifleman using an MG42, this, and that. You have tutorials in the game now. Under the options menu, you can now watch some video tutorials on DMS's own YouTube channel. Interesting, but that's not really something that, most of you will really need, I guess. And probably the biggest thing for me is all the resupplying of units. We're talking like infantry can now, if they move in this little circle here, they will automatically get resupplied. So no longer calling in ammo trucks and, staying, having to basically, get one guy out with the rifle, get him replenished, etc., etc. You can just get like an entire squad of like SMG, riflemen, machine gunners, all to one of these ammo crates, and they'll automatically resupply. I'm not sure if this works for ammo trucks. I'd like to see that. I haven't tried that myself, but I know it works for this because I did try that myself. Yeah, I really can't wait for the replay system, which will be cool. Although I do actually record pretty much every game I play anyway. But replay systems, for people that really cannot record and play at the same time, it would be a cool thing to actually kind of save their replays and maybe in like a World of Tanks style record that, or I don't know, pursue something about that. I do hope that you are as hyped about this as I am, because I really do like the idea of veterancy. And we can kind of get an idea of how veterancy is going to work in this game and how it's going to work in Call to Arms. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be veterancy in Call to Arms with basically the same idea. Vehicle skills pretty interesting too. I must say, I really like that idea of tanks being better by operated by tank crew, because that already pissed me off. People buying riflemen to put in their tanks. I mean, I did it too, but And the stamina thing is a little cool thing. Custom units I can really see being a cool thing for friends or friendly games or even tournaments. Spectator thing, of course, playing into the tournament thing. The tutorial is really interesting for people that are new, and this one is just a very helpful, you're welcome, basically, from DMS, because resupplying infantry. Tanks is not that bad, but infantry is really annoying. Anyway, I hope you found this a little bit informative. It's the first time I did one of these, patch talk-throughs for Assault Squad, because I couldn't even keep up when Assault Squad 1 just kept patching the game so often. Anyway, I look forward to the public, release of this patch. But then again, if you want to know how to do this on your own, then get the beta patch. It's the library. Right-click Assault Squad, Properties. This is Assault Squad 2, by the way. Go to Betas. Just make sure you click this one and then close. And you should start downloading it. Wouldn't take too long. Hope you enjoyed. This was Sherman. Ciao for now.